Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching, and nobody out there on the internet spends as much time on and with their clients like I do. True story. All the packages and the information on the packages is directly on my website, which the link is below. It depends what kind of personality you have. There are audio exchange package on a monthly basis, unlimited audio exchange package, Zoom sessions, and telephone calls. I record everything for posterity and to go through it more than once, 2 to 3 times regularly is what takes me to go through the sessions or the audio so that I can understand everything you said to me. I can take my notes. I can really listen to the emotion and really study you. This is really important for me as a coach because I need to understand who is in my coaching, what I need to work on. And so whichever package you choose, we're interacting 2 to 3 times per week. This you will never find anywhere else, okay, in this kind of hand holding. And basically in that process, I cover everything, your history, starting with childhood all the way up until today. The reason I do it so thoroughly is because, again, I need to understand your beliefs, your blueprint. What are we working on today? What are we working with and working on? If you need to make sure I'm your kind of coach, I have a lot of videos/audios on my channel, over 260 of them by now. You can watch and understand my personality is very direct and I don't sugarcoat. I do curse for emphasis, not to disrespect anybody, but to really bring my point across. And I'm very, very direct and very honest in my coaching. I'm not a therapist. This is not therapy. We need to get shit done here. And so I recommend 2 to 3 months minimum in my coaching for to achieve results. Some people have stayed more, would not recommend more than 6 months. Again, some people require that, so it goes case by case. Some people require more, I should say, but on average, 2 to 3 months minimum is what you need to do. In order to get into coaching with me, you need to pre-book because I'm booked up every single day. You need to sign the coaching agreement, which is attached to every single package. And you need to correspond with me, obviously, in an email and tell me, introduce yourself and tell me what it is you need to work on. What are your objectives in coaching? What is your current situation? The next thing is we get on the phone. The first phone session will be obviously included in the package, whichever one you choose. And I want to understand what it is we need to work on, your story, etc., etc. It can also be a Zoom session if you prefer that. If you need to book me for an hour first for a phone or a Zoom session, you can do that too, in order to make sure that I'm your kind of coach. I also do seminars. For 10 people is my preference. We usually do it via Zoom. I also have a private club where I discuss things that are next level, things that will go into my book as I'm writing it, and I'm discussing a lot of more personal, my personal story, my personal successes. I cannot really elaborate on my clients' stories because everything is confidential in my coaching. But these are audios that you will receive twice a week. With the private club, where we go into discussions that are a lot more profound. And again, a lot of personal information is shared and a lot of things that will go into my book. And this is why it's called the private club. I also have the audiobook that is called the How to Become the Master Manifestor. It's 6 hours long. And that package also includes 2 hours on the phone with me, 2 1-hour sessions, I should say. When you completed listening to it, if you have any questions, you can get on the phone with me and ask. I have something for everybody, but ultimately the best thing is obviously to be in coaching with me. If you have any questions, please comment below or email me directly, which I prefer. And we can discuss what package is best for you, or just book me for an hour, like I said, and we can discuss on the phone or via Zoom session. So the subject of today is how to quantum leap. And I'm actually inspired to discuss this because I saw a video the other day on YouTube that discussed this very topic, amongst other things. how to quantum leap. And in my opinion, as usual, people make it too complex, too complicated, too difficult. Sounds like a difficult situation to do. And I want to explain that it's actually quite easy, and you actually do it every single day without knowing it, okay? The idea here is that we live in a serial universe, like Neville Goddard put. There are innumerable parallel realities, and you travel through billions and billions of parallel realities every millisecond, okay? So just start with that, and let's just establish that as the base, okay? So the idea then becomes which reality you want to travel to on purpose. Not just an automatic pilot based on your beliefs, based on what you inherited, the ideas that you may have inherited from your mom, dad, guardian, what have you, siblings, co-workers, boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, husbands, but actually what it is that you actually want to create. And this is what I work on in my coaching extensively, is correcting the beliefs, introducing a new point of view, okay? And so again, it becomes, the idea is, where do I want to travel to? Which world do I want to travel to? What ideas do I want to implement? This is crucial for you to understand and to really exercise your will. Here comes the decision that needs to be made, and it has to be on purpose. So let's just say, okay, you have a goal, you have an idea in mind, whether that's to bring back your SP, to acquire a certain amount of money, to do good in whatever, with your child, maybe you're a parent, or in your marriage, blah, 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 blah. Whatever the goal is basically you have an idea of what it is you want to orchestrate in your life. Okay, very good. First of all, the decision is necessary. You need to write it down. You need to understand, this is where I'm going. This is the destination. Okay, so no, in my opinion, okay, and I know a lot of people say, well, you're not a beginner, I am a beginner. Okay, especially if you're a beginner, I don't believe in complicating things. Things are a lot easier than people make them sound to be. And in my opinion, people who make things sound complicated don't know what the fuck they're talking about, number one. Number two, don't know that it's actually easy. And this is their projection of their opinion. Okay, so actually everything is quite easy. You just need to decide where you're going. You need to feel into this realm, this reality, okay, this timeline. And you need to understand that just by you making the decision, rather than the regular decision that you've always observed, up until now, perhaps, the shift has commenced. Okay, so here's the thing. You can do this fast, or you can do it at a regular speed, okay? And some of you will be like, yeah, I want fast. Okay, if you say so. But some of you can get freaked out how fast universe actually operates. So if you're one of these people, you can do it at a slower pace, where it's like, things are just unfolding in a slower way, where it's comfortable for you. The decision in and of itself starts aligning you with that reality, provided you don't have a lot of barricades, okay, against this desire, which usually are your beliefs or disbelief in that it can happen. Things like, this has never happened to me, I don't deserve it, all these kinds of stories that you've told yourself, which aren't true. In reality, you already have that desire. The reason that you desire this kind of outcome is because you already lived it. Parenthesis here, yes, get your mind blown. It already happened. You're just reliving it. Okay. Somebody also posted the other day, I meant to talk about it. And so now it kind of like sprung up in my mind. Somebody posted this video also on YouTube about glitches in the matrix and this and that. And they talked about 2012 and how this was supposed to be the end of the world and all this bullshit. Okay. So, and then they elaborated on this theory about how there is no world, nothing actually exists. Okay, calm down, please. Let's not get too blue, okay? The idea is that everything already exists. So every parallel reality already exists, right? So if everything exists, you're not so like inventful. You're not so original that you're coming up with something new. You're simply aligning yourself with the reality that already exists, has always already existed, and you already lived all of these versions. The idea, though, is to zero in, focus in on a particular parallel reality of your preference in this moment in time. What are you focused on? What are you zeroed in on? And remember, the universe is impartial, totally impartial, totally does not care what you choose, a fairy tale or a fucking nightmare, okay? Just being dramatic here for, emphasis only. And so choose the fairy tale. Be happy. Be happy on purpose without any kind of like evidence for now, okay? Because the 3D is a little bit delayed, but choose that reality in which you want to, quote unquote, quantum leap, always doing it, like I said. And then start understanding that if you already lived that reality, you can now relive it again. Again, get your mind blown just a little bit. Remember what it was like to be that person, okay? It's a little bit of a mind fuck, I agree, but this is the best way to kind of like make your human mind understand that, you know what? Nothing is so original, like I said, nothing new is invented. You don't need to be in meditation. You don't need to relax necessarily. You don't need to chant. You don't need to do any of that shit. Okay, you really, I mean, if it helps you, if it feels good, all right, but you don't need to. You can stand in front of a person and quantum leap in a parallel reality where they're telling you something completely different than what they were going to do. And I've experienced this in my life. This is why I can speak from experience, and I can speak from experience of my clients. Okay, there have been many times when I was, quote unquote, upset or angry or whatever, not in the most relaxed fashion, okay, I was, and yet I quantum leaped into a reality that was diametrically opposed to what, so-called circumstances were predicting that it was going to turn out. Okay, it's intention, it's this burning desire, and it's decision. I am quantum leaping into this reality now. I am on purpose. Okay, when you go to my website, Creating Your Reality on Purpose, that's what that's what it really is. Creating reality on purpose is so much more fun than just receiving reality on automatic pilot. And so you can be in any mood, you can deal with any kind of sorts of circumstances. If you made the decision that you want to quantum leap into getting the money, getting the SP apology, having the circumstances a certain way, whatever, name a situation, and it's fixable right here, right now. In the next minute, after quantum leaping, quantum jumping, you will experience something completely different. No, this is not a false promise. This is completely real. Why? Because as I started in the beginning, parallel realities allow for you to travel, quote unquote. It's already all here. You already lived all of this stuff, okay? To anything you want, but anything you want. I had this dream. I already shared this on my channel, but I'm going to share this with you. This was one of the pivotal moments in one of the things that I manifested in my life. And without going into detail what I actually manifested, but I had a dream, and I went to sleep with intention, saying, I want to travel to this kind of reality. And when I wake up, I will know I will be there. Okay. And so I had this dream where literally like parallel Earth, okay, were in front of me. I was in space, and I could, as far as the eye could see, there were parallel Earth. Okay. And the voice in my head said, my guardian angel, my guide said, okay, zero in on the one that you most prefer. And my intuition, the way the telepathic communication is in those realms, made a certain Earth lit up. Okay, and it lit up, and I zoomed in on it, and I went to New York City, and which is where I live, and I woke up. And something happened the next morning, things unfolded exactly the way that I wanted them to unfold. So you can have these kinds of dreams, you can have the intention, you can have the kind of like some kind of a ritual, whether people light candles and light incense and this and any other, and all of that is great and amazing. But the thing is, if you're just in the middle of a situation and where the person is talking to you, or you're in crisis, or something needs to happen right here right now, honestly, it's my favorite to turn things around this way. It's more fun. It just proves to you over and over again how, first of all, the universe is on your side 100% of the time. Even when you're struggling and putting barricades in front of your desires, the universe is still managing to deliver things to you. Now, imagine how much more you can accomplish when you understand, like, 1 zillion trillion% that the universe is on your side, and you should just fucking give up being your own worst enemy, okay? And so the universe is on your side. It's for expansion. It wants you to be happy. How much sense would it make to keep you miserable? It would spread misery it would reverberate across the universe. It's no good, okay? The universe is benevolent, and you can jump to anywhere you want to. Your desire already exists, has always already existed. You just need to give up on your human bullshit shit and go there. Go there in the feeling, go there in the vision, align with it that with intention you can travel to that realm where everything already exists. Like right here, right now, I can sit and be like, I'm there. Right here, right now, everything changed. Right here, right now, I'm getting the apology from my SP. Doesn't matter what happened before. This is why, I offer coaching. We go through different exercises like scripting, etc., etc. You can script an entirely new history, okay, of your past, which will change the present and obviously the future. And I know some people are very cynical about it, but it's the truth. And I've done this many times, and it has worked marvelously, may I tell you. Marvelously. It's a playground, all right? It's just a playground. You have so much to choose from the parallel reality. So choose a timeline, choose a reality, choose a past, choose a present, choose wherever you want to quantum leap. You don't have to move, you don't have to meditate, you don't have to dance around, you don't have to chant, you don't have to do any crazy anything other than I'm there. That's it. I've decided, okay? Now I'm in a different reality. I've quantum leaped to something completely different where things appear the same for the moment, but they're not. The energy has changed. And so if you can change your energy at will and understand logically, but also intuitively and with feeling that you have now shifted and things are not, even though they present themselves for the moment to look the same, they are not the same. Things have changed. You have just shifted. With your will, with your intuition, remember, you are the God of your reality. Who the fuck can be against you? Nobody. The universe is on your side, your guides are on your side, your guardian angels, however you want to phrase it, okay? The only person who's not coming along on this journey is your human mind. That, like I said, has been programmed by the past, by people in your childhood, your parents, etc., etc., etc. This is worth examining. This is what I do in my coaching. And again, it's not a therapy situation, but it's literally, it's kind of like you walking in the theater of your mind. You're observing everything. And most of you have not gone there like in decades and years. It needs some dusting. It needs some rearranging. I call it in my coaching the pile of garbage in the middle of your beautiful living room. How on earth can you invite guests with champagne and caviar when you have all this stinky garbage? You're a hoarder. You're a hoarder of negative beliefs, and you wonder why guests are not coming over, the SP is not apologizing, this, that, and the other. You need to clean out the garbage. You need to re-examine. You really need to be, proactive about it. This is why I'm very direct in my coaching, because I assume that you want to change your life. You want to quantum leap into the best version possible of yourself and start producing results that are going to be like, you think that what you want right now is like something incredible. The universe always tops it. Like 100 zillion% tops it. You don't even know what's possible right now. Once you clear out those garbage beliefs, once you understand that anything you want is given, it's already given. Okay, the only one who's not taking it is you. From 1 hour to the next, you can literally become a different person. Forget 1 hour, from 1 minute to the next. Okay, the challenge here is not can you quantum leap to what you want, is surrendering this bullshit that keeps you from jumping. Because let me tell you something, in the higher echelon of frequencies, your bullshit cannot come. So you need to part with it. Okay, all these insecurities, these fears, the that you need to leave that. You need to leave that in the past, in that timeline that you will never revisit, hopefully. Okay, and need to completely start becoming a different person who has a different past and has a different present does. This is entirely quantum mechanics. This is not like woo-woo shit or, fairy tale thinking or wishful thinking. This is exactly how the universe works and has always worked, mind you. And remember, it doesn't have to make sense. I can give you examples, and I have on this channel, where, as a for instance, I've had situations that were kind of like conflicts, lawsuits, etc. in the past that I had to deal with, or transactions and real estate and this, that, and the other, that were about to go a certain other way that I did not prefer, that didn't suit me. And I, in one split second, changed that decision in my favor completely, turned it around completely. I didn't care what had to happen. I didn't care at all. I just said, this is all in my favor. I'm going to hear this. I'm going to get this. And the universe delivered miracles. You want to talk miracles? I had full trust in the universe. I had full trust in my power, in my rearranging power. And I got exactly what I wanted and more. And more. What you think you can get right now, that ain't nothing. You will get, let's just say in money, you're wishing for like 1 million, you will get 1 billion. Okay, that's how I would put it. So whatever you're wishing for today, ask for more. Always ask for more. Whatever you think you need, ask for 5 times as much. Whatever it is. You want an apology from your SP? Make them the kindest person to you now if they weren't kind. Make them the most faithful and loyal. Make them obsessed about you. Make them show up with an engagement ring and propose to you. Now that's something to be excited about. Apology my ass. Of course you're sorry. Yeah. What else is new? Okay. Make them apologize to you and, make a proposal to you, even if you don't want it. That's a gesture of like, I'm crazy about you, just as you were crazy about me all this time. Okay, you want like, again, $1 million, make it like $250 million or whatever. You don't have to figure out how it's going to come to you. You set the goal, you quantum leap into that reality, and everything will be presented to you. And when you look back, it'll be like, wow, this was so easy and so natural. And so absolutely normal, because for that version, remember, when you're quantum leaping, you're not only quantum leaping into that reality, you're becoming a new person, like I said. For that version of you, that's totally normal. And you will look back and it's not like you're going to forget your past, the past that, you're jumping from, but you will look back and you're like, that was a completely different person. Who the fuck was I all this time? Oh my God, I could have done this all along. I could have jumped all along, not knowing how. Though a lot of people confuse it with being arduous and this and that, being difficult. Just remember, you're the remote control that makes this possible. So the number one priority for you should be working on yourself. Working on yourself. Like Jim Rohn said it best, work on yourself harder than at your job, and then you will become wealthy. I'm paraphrasing. Don't work as hard on your job if you're in a job like 9 to 5 and this and that, but work harder on yourself. Because when you invest in yourself, not only you become a better person in all aspects, and I don't just mean kinder, but like of a higher quality individual, of a higher echelon energy, but also you get to travel to higher realms, higher quality parallel realities, higher quality timelines. And that's what it's all about. This is why investing in yourself, I mean, in coaching, in just like self-betterment in any way, is like, it's the number one thing that you will do for your life, and it will, oh my God, produce enormous dividends like you don't even understand right now. I wish that we like taught this in school to children, not just like, adults who like stumble on a YouTube video or something, but really like educate, people all over the world, where it's like, this is how you create shit. This is how you're in charge of your reality. The number one way to quantum leap, and I'll leave you with this. I don't want to make this too long. The number one way to quantum leap into the most desired reality, and the one that you on purpose choose, is to disregard circumstances, okay? And being insistent on where you want to go. Oh my God, I just had a deja vu. You see what I'm saying? I already lived this. I already recorded this before. I'm just like reliving this. I have these all the time. And so being happy on purpose, like irregardless of what it is you see right now, you're happy because you know you're getting your result. You're happy because you know you're getting to quantum leap into that reality where everything is perfect for you. And so permission is always granted to be happy without any specific reason, any specific person. The universe is on your side, like I said, and so you have the permission to be happy no matter what. Why? Because you are anticipating that quantum leap that will bring you everything you want. Not like, oh, this reality is shit. No, I'm already in this reality where I'm happy. Not like judging like this reality is shit, so I better go over here. No, this also has validity in it. Everything has validity in creation, but I prefer this. You notice how there's no resistance there? Like you're not running away from anything? Okay, I prefer this, and this is where I want to be. And I am happy, okay, that I understand how to create my reality, how to quantum leap. And I am happy on purpose, and therefore my frequency will match the parallel reality in which I'm quantum leaping to. You get it? You are the remote control. This is how you jump into parallel realities of higher and higher and higher echelon. If you have this belief that the universe is on your side, and if all it takes is to elevate your mood, being happy on purpose, being grateful, being appreciative, knowing that you are the creator of your reality, and being grateful for that very fact, okay, that it's not fucking random, it's all on purpose, it's you are the one, you're the decider of your life, then it becomes fun. Every day is fun, even if you get in the shittiest mood momentarily, the human that you are. And trust me, I do that too, okay, from time to time. I'm not really shitty, but like I get angry sometimes with things that I don't appreciate in certain people and this and that, like being lazy, or people making things like seem complicated when they're really easy. But I guess everybody, is coming along on their development as fast as they can. But momentarily you can experience that, and then you can remind yourself, oh yeah, I don't actually have to deal with any of this. I can just quantum leap to a reality where everything is to my pleasing, and I don't need to pay attention to things that are not of my story, essentially. And I think that's the distinction, between you're in a certain reality, you want to quantum leap to something better, right? So you have to understand that this is a completely different story. This is a completely different story. In that other reality, your SP is still with a third party. You still don't have the money. Everything is shit. But now that you've quantum leaped, this is a different situation. This is a different story, different reality, different everything. Okay? So you need to come like prepared for this journey, meaning you need to clean the slate. You cannot, like I said, you cannot bring your old beliefs into the new realm. You need to be like, this is a different situation. This is literally a different world. Okay, I'm getting everything I want in this reality, even temporarily. I may be angry, I may be this, that, and the other. Still doesn't matter. For the most part, 95% of the time, everything is to my pleasing. I get exactly what I want. Everything is possible, and I'm on a, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your body. You'll feel that frequency like radiating out of your heart. And heart is, by the way, is the detector of all frequencies. Okay, that's how you quantum leap actually. Way smart. They actually scientifically proved this, that the heart is actually way more intelligent than a human brain. That's why we feel things in the heart. When you feel a lot of love for something, for a desire, an outcome, or like whenever like you feel sad, your heart sinks, we say these things, or you broke my heart and this and that and the other. But your heart is a portal. It's literally a portal of emotions that will quantum leap you to that desired reality. And so you need to remember, you need to remind yourself, this is a different world. This is a completely different world. One that I need to get familiar with and, quite frankly, adjust my frequency. There have been moments when I have quantum leaped quite, in such a enormous way, okay? Completely redid my reality like overnight, where my body literally had to catch up. My physical body had to catch up. I had to like lay down, for a day or two, because it was such an overwhelming feeling of having everything come true the way that I wanted it to come true. And the physical part of you needs to catch up sometimes. But that's just the illustration of how high of a frequency you went up in, And so while your physical human mind and human body may go through certain emotions and certain situations, you are a higher echelon being. I keep saying higher echelon because that's where kind of like my energy is going in my coaching now and in everything I do with this channel. And I'm like, I just had a download this morning of the highest energy possible, and this is why I'm recording. But this is basically the game of energy. And you present yourself this energy by allowing it to come through, and by trusting it, by allowing it to create that next era in your life, that next situation that you will experience. You don't have to have all the kind of like details. It helps if you do, but if you have the overall feeling, if you have the overall understanding of the high frequency where you're going, you're set. You're really, really set. You can be specific, but if you're not and you have the overall download of the feeling, trust me when I tell you, you will move worlds. You will move worlds and you will create anything you want. Thank you so much for listening. All the information from me again is below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.